What's up, little hammies and hamettes? I've gotten a few posts wondering how to automate stuff. I use Ableton, so it might be different than what you use, but I'm going to go over the idea of automation really quickly. You might use Cubase, but the important thing to remember is it's all going to happen on a track. Let's close this massive here. This is the track that I'm going to be doing, and I'll do like a little 4-bar loop here of nonsense. Yeah, maybe a little C minor or something like that. And then a little G action for the C minor here. And maybe bring something down here. This is a random 4-bar. What we're going to do is we're going to automate what goes on in this 4-bar here. So this is the track. In Cubase or Logic, you're going to have a track, and it's going to have this note information here. So let's open up Massive again and listen to this amazing sound that we have. And we need to give it something to automate. Alright, so what I'll automate is bringing in like a fifth. So bringing in this oscillator here. So, and how we would bring it in to a fifth is we jump this up to 7, which is a fifth, 7 semitones above that, and then slowly bring in the automation just like this. Just like that. And we can do funky automations with it too. So let's go ahead and bring this over, and we'll loop this whole deal so it can go over and over. Now the automation for Ableton is going to be whatever I click on, this being the amp here, and you can see the red line right here going up and down. That's going to be the automation for no matter what I do. If I bring it to intensity and click on here, see, I get intensity now, completely different. So we'll do the amp on the second one, so we'll move it around here to make sure it's working, and we'll we double click on this line. You can see it go blue, and it creates a little dot. Double click here, blue line, dot, oh snaps, going up like a boss, come down, and we'll make it go up one more time like at the end, all crazy, and give it like a little bell wrap. Unfortunately, Ableton doesn't have like bell shaped things going on here, so we can't really create them unless we create more points in between them. So let's listen to that. This is automated now for this guy. You can see when I click over here that this amp changes because it's going to the point of automation in between. So let's listen to this. It comes in a little bit and then a lot at the end. Okay, so other things we might want to automate is near the end we can give it like a sweep of noise. So we'll do the amp on that one, and then it'll give like a little sweep at the end. We'll start it here, double click because we're working with the amp of the noise oscillator or whatever they call that, and then we'll bring it up all crazy at the end. Maybe give it a little bend there too, just because that looks pretty and makes me look like I know what I'm doing. So then we got pretty cool, huh? Now we'll use an LFO on one of them. Let's use the LFO of this amp here, and we'll ramp it up like that. We'll do this pitched up to 12 above. Give it a crazy looking rough math thing there. And the LFO is just going to be going nuts. We'll sync it so we know kind of how fast it's going to 1/8. And let's see what else. We still want to automate it. So we can maybe automate the wave position. No, what we'll do is we'll automate this And no, we'll automate the LFO amp. Right now it's going zip, 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 right? There, it's not even there. So we'll automate the amp itself to come in and out. Let's make it more noticeable. Maybe another... No, that one sucks. No, that one sucks. That's good. That one's pretty gnarly. Maybe we'll LFO that too, separately. Alright, so go back to the 5 LFO, and we're going to have the amp come in and out so we can hear it. What we'll do is we'll make it go on, like, what would this be, 8 notes or something like that. So in Ableton we can highlight a specific area of an amount. This would be like 1/8 note here, I think, and then this is a quarter note or whatnot. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So do it for every 8th note, and we can take the highlight it and then take this all the way up, and it does a full one. So it's just coming in on those. And then we'll highlight all this. Oh no, actually we have to open up the automation. I'm glad I just thought of this. So open up this automation channel. What this is it takes whatever automation you're doing. In our case it's going to be this amp one right here. And we have to make sure that you got to click this thing if it's red, because that means it's not going to do the automation. And then when you click this little plus right here, this is the synth. It's like automating, and then the parameter within the synth. So we hit the plus here, and it gives us like its own channel of it, separate from up here. So now we can highlight this whole thing and do Control D and duplicate it. So tight. And then we can duplicate all of it. And then give it a little spice, huh? Maybe this intensity's whack. Let's turn that off. Cool. Maybe we could do some classic tube. Look at me, I told you guys that this is going to be fast. Never used music's too much fun. Oh, beast mode. Alright, anyways, that's how you do automation. But remember, this is just in Ableton Live. You're going to have to figure out how to do it automation on your own terms. Alright, and I believe in you guys. You guys are champions. Peace.